We'll do it live. Okay.
Hi, Mr. Perry.
Yes, sir.
You know what we're talking about today?
I know exactly what we're talking about today.
Mr. Perry, you know what we're talking about today?
I got a feeling it's going to be good.
Mr. Perry,
Sir. Anthony.
we're going to talk naked people today. Naked people.
We don't talk naked people.
We are
We talk skin, baby.
skin.
Skin.
Mayhem Local Live. We have the absolute pleasure of a good friend of both Mark and myself, Mr. Hampton Allen. He is the owner and creator of Skin, the art show.
The sexy art show.
Sexy art show. Hampton, every year you do this art show here in Tampa. Now it's here at Southern University.
It is.
Right? And we were with you when you started this journey. So let's talk first a little bit about what people are going to see in 2 weekends.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to go back and talk about how it started.
Okay.
So for everybody at Mayhem Local Live, what are they going to expect when they come to see Skin on July 18th and 19th?
Well, Skin is a 501c3 nonprofit. Its focus is nude art. We have this year 40, let me get this right, 43 participating artists from all over the country. So people will be able to see the artwork, whether it be photography, paintings, sketches, anything of that nature. It will all be for sale in the gallery. Along with that, we have entertainment. We have DJs, guest DJs. We have body painters. We have tape artists, dancers, and other performers that people will be able to culinary. Our culinary team will be here. Our mixologist will be here. Everybody will be here sort of doing their art piece and celebrating the art. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's a dress well affair or a dress less affair. It just depends on what you want to do. It's an expressive thing. We
Dress less.
It's totally inclusive. It's for everyone over 21.
Okay. So now let me ask, do you classify it as nude art or do you classify it as exotic art?
I classify it as nude art. Exotic is not necessarily what our theme is, and it needs to look more sexy than not. So it doesn't have to be, it's not like it's total nudes, a bunch of people rocking around nude. That's not what the show is. It is just a celebration of what we think is classified as sexy art. So you might see anything from lingerie to abstracts to nudes to scenics to anything that they consider, that the artist considers sexy. And then it goes to the jury. The jury makes a decision on, okay, this fits the theme. This fits what we want everybody to see. This is what we want the show to portray. And then those artists are notified that, hey, this piece or pieces of yours are now in the show. There's an art drop-off, and then we build the show out, host it for 2 days, and then get ready for next year.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Wow.
This is year number 9. So yeah.
Year number 9.
Year number 9.
Next year will be 10 years.
Skin is 10 next year.
We're going to have to do something big for that.
Skin is 10 next year.
But, I remember when you had come to us and you had said, hey, I'm going to do this. What was the concept? What was that moment that you were like, I need to do this?
Well, it was sort of weird because it really wasn't my plan. One of my friends, Chris Rhodes, who is an artist, what's up, Chris? Was nagging me, literally nagging me.
I know how that feels.
Yeah, because I used to nag him about stuff. So. Nagging me about getting into a show because I have a muse whose name is LaToya. So LaToya would come and shoot for me, and she would need pictures because she's got her own modeling career and sports model career going. So she would come to me, and I was her photographer. So I started one day we were taking some pictures and she had on a little top with spaghetti straps and one of them had sort of fallen over to the side. And she was like, that picture would be perfect if that strap hadn't fallen to the side. I said, oh, no problem. Photoshop, bingy, 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 fixed it. And she goes, oh my God, I've never seen anybody do that. Well, this was years ago. So then we started experimenting with the whole composite thing. And I just started compositing mostly stuff of her. I said, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And then she used to be on my case. You need to do something with your art. You need to. I'm like, fine. So between her and Rhodes, I was like, if I just put in for one show, which was Nude Night. Nude Night is the precursor to Skin. What's up, Nude Night? We love you. If it weren't Nude Night, it wouldn't be Skin because I would never have entered that show. So I entered one piece in Nude Night. Thank God it sold twice and I did not know how to act. So I called my buddy and I'm like, this is cool. We should probably do something so it's not just once a year because Nude Night was by itself and it was once a year. And then what do you do after that? So I said, well, let's try it. So I called my buddy, Rodney Brown. He was like, I love it. I said, well, we need to figure out who's going to be our music person for this. So we found our buddy, who was Rodney's buddy first, Ian Davis, DJ Double Up from IDVES. And he was like, I'm in. So I took this idea and I was like, look, guys, here's the idea. It's an art show. We're going to make it into a party, but we want to do entertainment. We want to bring in other artists. And they were like, okay, Hampton. So I don't think they quite knew what to expect the first year when I had a clear vision of it. I knew exactly what it was going to be. So we had the first show and that's when I called you, told Mark about it. And there was a lot of people wondering what it was going to be because nobody had seen it. Nobody had seen my vision. So the first show we had, it was in a space that was probably...
That was at the yoga studio.
Yeah, at the yoga studio. It was probably, what,
I remember.
400 or 500 square feet?
If
that. If that. And we did it basically on credit. So we just... Me, Rodney, and Ian just threw our little money that we had, maybe I think $100, $150 a piece maybe, into a little kitty and said, okay, what are we going to do? So obviously it wasn't enough to rent a space. So we went into the yoga studio and we're like, look, this is our concept. And Jenny, God bless her, she said, sure. Okay. You guys can just pay me on the back end. And we were like, Lord, let it be enough people there right, for us to pay her on the back end. And the first year, Skin broke even. And we were elated.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, we were elated.
You know, I can tell you with hosting a lot of concerts up at Bourbon Street and Mayhem Local Live, nothing's more nerve-wracking than knowing that you paid or you guaranteed an artist X amount of dollars and you better sell those tickets.
Yeah, you got to sell.
You have to sell those tickets. You know, you hear so many things about events, shows, concerts, whatever, where the promoters, they say, I lost money on that.
Yeah.
It happens. It just happens.
It does.
And
it does.
We've been very fortunate. We just sort of planned it well. We've got great partners and friends and groups and people like yourself and Mark, because Mark has been with me from day one.
Matter of fact, I was with him at Nude Night before this whole thing came about.
Yeah.
And then that's what he started saying, you know what? I know I can do this.
You know why I believe that? Because you're an old pervert.
That is so not me.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And let me remind everybody in Mayhem Local Live that this man did a whole podcast with boobies right next to his head the whole time. So, yeah, I understand.
And he never said a word about it.
I understand.
So
I
there you
understand.
go. So, yeah, so we just put this, I didn't know how the reaction was going to be,
Right.
but at the same time, that couldn't be my motivating factor. My motivating factor was, I've got an art show to do. So here I go. So we did.
And it turned out, and it's been going ever since.
It has
Exponentially has grown.
Yeah.
Every year.
We started the first year we had 7 artists. 7.
That's all that was there.
7 artists. They just had multiple pieces.
Gotcha. Well, I will tell you this. You know, the first art show that we discussed at
You were
Yoga
mostly
Place,
there. Yeah.
I had to be put in the car to get home.
Overwhelmed by all that art.
Don't remember saying goodbye to anybody. I was in an art show, and then I woke up at McDonald's drive-through, and then I woke up the next day. And so
wondering what happened.
man, so yeah, it was a great time. Everybody had an awesome time. If I remember correctly, that was the night that I brought you a bottle of Vanilla Crown, and then you decided to explain to me how you can't drink Vanilla Crown.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
naturally, I did the right thing, and I took one for the team.
Yeah.
So, that night, I remember it was, and it's funny as you mentioned about how you started that with, the vision and very minimal funds. But as somebody that attended that show, we would have never known that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a wonderful thing.
It was very well put on, and it was an impressive night, regardless of how many artists you had and had the small space. It's not so the method that we used to subscribe to of build it and they will come. You don't need a big space to host something. Start out where you can
Make it
build it,
Yes.
and you did that. Now, 9 years later, we're here. This is the facility at Southern University that you're going to be doing the show at. I guess tell us a little bit about the relationship that you have here with Southern University.
Yes, South University. And we got to make sure we say South, not Southern.
Okay,
because Southern
Two different
is an
people, yeah.
HBCU. So yeah,
I get corrected in every Mayhem local live.
but South University has been one of the best community partners that we could have. They have come to us because before we were with South University as community partner, well, my for-profit company is a partner with South, and they are gracious enough to let us use the facility here for SKIN because they understand how important the arts are to the community. I was the artist in residence at the Art Institute, which used to also be housed here, and the community liaison for them. So after they left, through a great series of positive events, I formed a partnership with South University, and we have been in there together ever since. So this is a great thing for them. It's a great thing for us. The partnership just works great. My company, Encore Productions, which is my for-profit company, is their community partner. And we are very, very proud to be their community partner. We do as much as we can for the university. And the university, in turn, shows love to Encore and to its nonprofit, which is SKIN.
Very good. Now, in this location, though, how many years will this be in this specific location?
Will it be or has it been?
Has it been?
Let me see. So 2 for AI, 2 for South. So this will be the third. I think this will be the second for South. So I think it's been here 5 years. This will be the fifth year. Yeah, this will be the fifth year.
Year 5.
Mhm.
Year 5 in this location.
So I think it's 3 for AI and 2 for South.
How many artists again?
I'm trying to remember if I got these numbers right. So it's, artists this year, 43.
Okay. And do the artists have multiple pieces?
Yes. So the way it works is the artist can submit up to 4 pieces per entry.
Okay.
They can only enter once. So when the jury decides, you can have from 0 to 4 pieces that actually make the show. So
you don't take everybody. There is
it's a jury process.
Okay.
So when the jury feels like, okay, these are the ones that we're taking and these are the ones that we're not taking, then the email goes out. It's an automated process through my good friend, Jose Gomez at Cloud Folios, who has the best show software on the planet to me. It's super easy. You just go, the jury, after they accept and reject the pieces, they hit a button and the artists are notified.
Very good. Very good.
It's so cool. It is so cool. And then we send out a follow-up email with, this is when you drop off your art, this with all the directions of what is going on. But the way that Cloudfolios has it set up, it is a wonderful thing. So if anybody's doing a show of any type, Cloudfolios is definitely the way to go. That's a plug for Jose. But yeah, cloudfolios.com. Those guys have got it together.
All of the artists are locked in already?
They are. The jury made their decision after the art submissions closed. They closed on June 18th. And then the jury made the decision, and then the notifications went out. So everybody's locked and loaded. Very cool.
Are there going to be, because I know there are a lot of activities, so why don't you just go through the activities that people are going to be engaged in when they walk through those doors over there?
Yeah, so other than the gallery, which is really the reason that we're here, is the art. Go buy art, help the artist. That's the key to it. But in the meantime, we do provide entertainment, such as we'll have somebody painting, creating a work live on the floor. We'll have sketch artists sketching the patrons or whomever wants to just come out and pose, or we'll have our body painters here. We'll have our dancers will be dancing. But there's a fashion show element where there'll be lingerie and sexy fashions that are presented. So it's something to do all night. And then our culinary team will be here with some good old stuff. And our mixologist will be here. Dunamis Spirits is our spirit sponsor again this year. Victor Young and his team over at Dunamis, they have all of their products are award-winning products. So people will be able to sample those. And it's a good time.
Yes, it is.
Great 2 days.
It absolutely is. And I know we're kind of going over it as if it was some type of commercial, but the truth of the matter is we've been doing this since the very beginning. It is literally a good time. It's a fun night out. It's interesting. The art is absolutely second to none. And it's art that you just won't find anywhere. These are unique pieces that are done by incredibly talented artists. And that's why it's worthy for anyone to come out and check out the show.
Yep.
But more importantly, to purchase art that they possibly couldn't get anywhere else.
And the artists will be here for the most part for people to chat with, to find out more about.
And to do commissions.
Absolutely.
I know there have been commission deals that have been made. I've watched artists get booked to do a particular commission for a potential client. So there's a lot of things that go on.
It's a lot. It's a big old networking show. So, yeah. And one of our other sponsors who we hold sacred is the Todd Couples. And they have a store in Port Richey and one in Tampa. And Lori and the people over there in the Tampa store are just phenomenal. Dr. Tracy's House is another one of our sponsors that sponsors the confession wall, which is one of the most popular things at the show.
The confession wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a confession wall. It's a wonderful thing.
There's not enough space for me. Okay. How big is this wall?
We'll give you a novel wall and just let you start writing.
Okay, so the confession wall, what type of things do you see on that?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe it.
I mean, I'm assuming it's anonymous, right?
Yeah, totally anonymous.
You just write
totally
whatever.
anonymous, and we post them, and people just read what people write. It's one of the biggest attractions at Skin. It's sponsored by
You
Dr.
can't let go of it.
It's everything that you think it is. It's a lot of
You look like you got marbles rolling around up there, man.
I've never been banned from anything, but I'm thinking the confession wall is going to end up being one of those things.
confession wall is and then there's over at the confession wall there's material on sexual health and well-being from Dr. Tracy's House, and things that you can take with you. There's some takeaways from the wall. So we promote health and safety and sexiness and art.
You also give away some pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah.
You give away some pretty impressive stuff.
Our friends over at Todd always make sure that we have some nice giveaways and some nice raffles that I think the raffle baskets usually average in price, if you were going to buy the items individually from the Todd, anywhere from $200 to $300.
Wow.
Yeah. So nobody's ever left disappointed with one of the gift baskets ever.
No.
Ever.
No. And I think it's a good as well, because unbeknownst to most people, majority of the people that come to these things are in fact couples, and they really, really, really enjoy themselves because it's a night out. It's an opportunity to go out and really have a good time as a grown-up. And that's really a positive part to it.
It's great date night, that's for sure.
You know, I make a lot of jokes about it being naked and nude and whatnot, but it is very tastefully done. There's nothing juvenile about it.
No.
It is about the art.
It is art,
about celebrating everything that the artists are putting together for that night. But it really is. It's always been a great event. I'm so glad to have witnessed your journey of doing this for 9 years.
This is naughty number 9 this year.
It has been just great every year to see that it's continued.
Yeah.
It will probably continue for many years to come.
As long as we can do it, we will do it.
Well, on that note, here's the question I always like to ask. So we're here in 2025. Tell me about Skin in 2030.
Skin in 2030 is going to be Skin growing for that time. It's just it is always grown. I don't know what turns it will take. I tell people Skin is its own animal. It does what it wants to do. It doesn't follow any trends. It's not politicized. It's none of the above. It's about the art and the artist. That's all it's about. So as long as the artists keep producing the art, Skin will keep showcasing it. So the more people that want to participate, the more we'll grow, and we'll all grow together, and we'll get there. So this is one of those shows that it's going to do its thing regardless of economics, politics. It has nothing to do with it. This is just about art and artists. So that's what we're going to do.
All right. I like that. I can't take him
nowhere.
He's like you.
You know how he is.
Exactly how he is.
Snack pack for Little Ed.
July 18 and 19.
Yeah.
What time?
Well, VIP is at 6. The VIP experience is the show floor won't be open until 7. At 6 o'clock, the VIP guests get to come in, go into the gallery, meet with the artists. They have first dibs at buying the art. They get to talk to the artist. They get they'll have a complimentary libation with the artist, and they have that whole hour to do their thing, find out more about the art, and be supportive of the artists, learn more about what Skin is about, because we are a 501c3 nonprofit. So if anybody out there needs that tax break, what we do with the money is support artists with scholarships to classes and workshops, and helping them with painting canvas and how to price their art and classes and everything that we can do to move the art form forward. That's what we use the money for.
So let's go into what that does. So what are the classes that they're taking? What are the operations of Skin? In other words, once the event is over, you've got your funds there. How are they dispersed to provide for the programs?
Well, we primarily look for things that are sort of in our same vein. And if we see an artist that says, hey, I'm having this thing at this place. Okay, here's XYZ towards it, because we'll just sponsor, because we know it takes money to do that. So when they are successful, then Skin in turn is successful. So we look for causes, and people will sometimes directly contact us saying, hey, I'm doing this, can you help us? And we try to help them in every way possible. I think we've probably sponsored 3 things this year that come off the top of my head. One of my buddies, Anthony Wright from Yes I Shoot Models, had a nice mixer at his spot, and of course Skin was there to support that. And So we support things and artists. So when the artists come in and do their thing, we try to show them some love and support because it's expensive. It just is to create and then not be able to put your work out anywhere. So we're looking for people who will let us hang art in their establishments and all these kinds of things. So we're just trying to create opportunities to promote the art and the artist.
All right. Where can people purchase tickets?
Skinartshow.com. That is the only place you can purchase tickets.
Easiest way to do it.
Skinartshow.com/tickets. Tickets will go off sale on the 17th. So the day of the show, tickets will only be available at the door, and the price will be higher at the door. So you really want to get them online while you can.
What's the price of a ticket online?
Tickets online. There's several ticket packages.
Yep.
So you can just go and see what suits you. There's 2-day packages. There's VIP packages. There's 1-day tickets. There's any combination. So and the tickets start as low as $30.
Okay.
But they will not be $30 at the door.
For sure.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
I know, because I'll be at the door.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah. So get them before the 17th, unless you and all of the if you buy them online, all of the donations are tax deductible. And you can also donate. Just donate to Skin online. You can just donate, and it's tax deductible as well.
Excellent.
So that's what we got.
Okay. Anything else that people need to know about Skin for this upcoming event?
If you miss it, you'll regret it.
Absolutely. It's a great event. Mr. Perry?
I think that this has always been a great show. The concept was an incredible show. The progression of it has been an incredible progression. I think it's going to continue to do that. And as long as Skin is happening, Mayhem Local Live will be around to talk about
That
it.
part. Absolutely.
That part.
Absolutely. I like boobies. All right, y'all. Anthony, Mayhem Local Live.
Mark, Mayhem Local Live. We'll see y'all back here again.
All right, y'all.